Welcome to the Purple Elephant Show. I am your host, KC Phoenix, and thank you for joining this episode. I'm doing this episode, I mentioned this before, but I just need to really break this down just a little bit more and emphasize it just a little bit more because I don't believe people understand what I mean when I say classism. I don't think people get it because when they hear it, they think of rich poor is usually what they think of. And that's not what I'm talking about. That is a form of it, but there are other forms of it too. Before I go into that, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It will definitely help me out. As for the main podcasting platform, The Purple Elephant Show, you can go there, listen to all of the podcast episodes, including the podcast only episodes that are exclusive to the podcast. And you will know that by seeing the letters PCO followed by the episode number. If you want to follow me on social media, you can follow the show on Parler, my new favorite app, The Purple Elephant Show. You can also follow on Instagram, The Purple Elephant Show. You can swing by and throw a like and follow on Facebook, facebook.com/The Purple Elephant Show. And you can follow on Twitter at Real TPES. If you're watching on YouTube, if you hit the subscribe button, don't forget to click the notification bell. That way you will know when I upload a video. If you're watching on Daily Motion, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That way you will know when I upload a video. And thank you to all of those who have been watching and listening and everything else. I really, really appreciate it. Now that the housekeeping stuff is out of the way, I want to go into this classism thing and what I mean by classism, because I brought it up before and I've used some examples before, but I really don't believe it sinks in what I'm talking about. With classism, a class is a group. It isn't a thing of, well, you have these rich people over here who have access to resources, and you have middle class people over here who have access to less resources, and one class is treated better than the other or something like that, which is usually what people think of with classism. Classism is a group. A class is a group. Just like a class action lawsuit, it is a group of people. A class is a group. I'll give you what I see as a form of classism in a very simple way. Have you ever went to the grocery store and you have your groceries and you see a lane that says 15 items or less, but you have 20 items, but the person with 15 items can go to that lane, but you and your 20 items have to go to the other lane? That is a form of classism in my eyes. That is one of the things that I mean, because like I said, if there isn't any rich, poor there, it's a thing of convenient versus not convenient when it comes to, oh, we're going to make it more convenient for this group of people who have less items. There isn't necessarily any type of monetary, what's the word I'm looking for? Any type of monetary attachment there. It's just these people have less items, this group has more items. That's classism. You're breaking groups of people apart. And you're saying this group of people can't go to that aisle, can't go to that checkout counter because they have more. To me, that is a form of classism. Other people might say, well, that's not classism in the general sense, or in the true definition of such. But to me, it is. That is how I look at everything that's going on with the essential versus non-essential. And I brought this up before. I don't care if essential is blue collar or white collar or whatever collar worker. If you are saying essential, you get to work, you get to stay open. You're taking that group in that class of people and giving them preferential treatment versus non-essential, which is the other group in class of people saying, you need to stay home. You can go out and buy groceries and interact with the essential people, but you still need to stay home for the most part. To me, that is a form of classism. With doctors, if you have doctors on one side saying this method works, and we know what I'm talking about. This method works, and we have proof from the people that we've worked with that this method works. But then you have another group of doctors who says, no, that method doesn't work. And you go with the group of doctors that say, no, that method doesn't work. Even though the other group of doctors, the other class of doctors, says they have proof that the method works, and you silence those doctors or try to silence those doctors, that is a form of classism. It's two groups of people, two classes. One class is being preferred and treated differently than the other class. That is classism in my eyes. And that's how I look at it. Yes, they are both doctors. They are both licensed medical professionals. Both of them are both groups are licensed. But you're saying this class of licensed doctors, yeah, you can say whatever you want. But this class of licensed medical doctors, no, you can't say that. Even though you have proof, you can't say that. That is a form of classism. And that is what I mean when I talk about all of this classism going on. Classism is a larger issue than a lot of things that are being brought up currently with people and their grievances. Quiet as is kept, some people are mixing up classism and racism. I really think, I personally believe, that we need to find a way to hear from all parties to equalize things just a little bit in certain ways to make things fair. Am I saying enact a ton of laws and a ton of regulation and all that stuff? No. I'm saying that maybe people need to look internally and reevaluate how they approach things. That is what I am saying. Not everything requires a law or a regulation to get people to look internally and reevaluate how they approach things. It's called critical thinking, which in my other episode that I plan on doing, critical thinking seems to be on vacation. But as for classism, that is what I mean by classism. It isn't just rich, poor. It's this group receives better treatment than this group. That is how I look at it. So this one is another short one. I really wanted to make that crystal clear on what I mean. And yeah, you can disagree with me on the grocery store thing all day long. However, I know in my heart of hearts I'm right. That is a form of classism. And do I care whether I can go to the 15 items or less checkout? I don't give a damn, to be honest. I when I do go to the grocery store, which is rare, I usually have my groceries sent to me. When I do go to the grocery store, I go in, I get out, and that's it. However, when examining things, in my eyes, that is a form of classism. If you have 15 items, great. If you have 20 items, great. If you have 100 items, great. But, of course, the grocery store has that in place to make it a little bit easier for those who have less groceries, for that class of people that has less groceries, and to move them along and do that and give them that preferential treatment they need to free up space and everything else in the grocery store. I know other things play a role in policies and procedures when you critically think about it. However, it's still a form of classism. So that's all I got. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you more than you know. ThePurpleElephantShow.com for the podcast, main podcasting website. The Purple Elephant Show on Parler, so we can parlay. If you haven't downloaded the Parler app, make sure you do it. It's a really cool app. The Purple Elephant Show on Instagram, at Real TPES on Twitter, and Facebook.com, The Purple Elephant Show. Like the page, follow that, because I am updating the Facebook page with the new episodes now, so you have that. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Like I said, thank you again. Be blessed.